Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. Look who we have with us. Yay! We have
My camera a bit more centered. Hello, ladies. Thank you so much for having me. It is a pleasure to be joining you, even though it is 2 a.m. in London here. Just so you know, by the way, I've been drinking coffee, Coca-Cola.
We so appreciate it.
Everything to stay awake, but yeah, no, all good.
Well, I'm digging the night scene that you got going on up there. It's definitely setting a mood. It looks
I love
awesome. Yes. And we appreciate you being up at these. Look, first of all, when EQ told me, yeah, he said he's going to come on. It was like at 2:00 in the morning. She's like, yeah. And I said, okay, well, God bless him, because I know I wouldn't be me.
Well, I think it's so nice to kind of collaborate, isn't it? And meet with different people and share and give support to each other, of course, because as we all know, I mean, these are extraordinary times. They really are. And I think all of us people that are working with the light or trying to bring illumination and knowledge, I think it's good when we all help each other out, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree.
So true.
Yes.
So true. So thank you all for being here. I see that we have only daughter and Elvira. Hello.
Hello, ladies.
Ron, Unconditional Love Tarot. We love you. And
hey, big bro.
Tarot living with Manasa. Big hugs to you, girl. She just did a live with Tarot Stash on his channel. So good, great conversation. Hey, Connie B and Kristen, Joji.
Hey, Joji.
Lovely M, Kathy, MK, Karen, Nancy, Paisley, everybody else. I wish I could say hi to everyone. Constance, I know it will go on and on and on. But to anybody else's name I didn't grab onto, hello, welcome. We're so happy that you're here. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up as you come in.
And welcome new subscribers and new viewers.
Yes, thank you for subscribing. Welcome.
Oh, fantastic. And you can always click up, because we're on StreamYard, aren't we? So what I find really handy is, I'm sure you ladies do the same. It's like if you see a quote, you can click on it and it can come up on the screen and all that stuff. But we love StreamYard. It's a very, very useful tool. Not perfect, but it's very useful.
Very much so. Very much
definitely.
So to kick this party off, we want to start with a card for the collective. Brilliant. And then tonight, EQ, you want to talk about what we're going to do tonight so everybody has an idea of what kind of questions and things we're doing for this evening?
Sure. Okay, guys. So we're going to have Hogarth. He's going to kind of just go through some of the current events, some of the energies surrounding what we're all feeling in this crazy Pluto Saturn return. He can go through whatever he feels like he wants to talk about. So it's kind of, the floor is going to be open for him on that. But if you guys have questions about anything astrology wise, and I believe Hogarth, you do Vedic astrology, correct?
That's correct. I do Vedic astrology, but what would be called a neo-Vedic astrologer. So what's that? My goodness. So in terms of Vedic astrology, it's the Indian-based astrology system, which is at least 5,000 years old. So it's actually a really ancient practice. Some say even older, actually, but recorded around about 5,000 years. And in traditional Vedic astrology, the planets that they count up to, it goes from the sun, which is they call it a planet. We know it's a star. Call it a planet. Likewise with the moon. The moon is a satellite. We call that a planet as well. And it goes from sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and then you've got the nodes of the moon, Rahu and Ketu. Yeah, so that's 9 factors that are counted in Vedic astrology. But of course, we've got more planets than that. And the ancient Indians, they did know about the outer planets, but they didn't count them as when you go to a traditional Vedic astrologer for a chart, they will only go as far as Saturn, because Saturn is what can be seen with the naked eye. He actually looks like a blue star, actually. The color of Saturn is blue. And it's quite interesting, isn't it? Because when we're feeling a little bit down, my nickname for Saturn is Balloon Popper. What do we say? We say we've got the blues. Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. When we say we've got the blues, you know, sometimes that can be the shadow of Saturn. But I include the outer planets as well. So I include planet Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. And two, I include Ceres, which is sort of like a planetoid, slightly larger than Pluto, if I recall correctly, and the asteroid Chiron, which is the wounded healer. So with that all together, then for me, that covers the whole gambit. So that's what makes me a neo-Vedic astrologer. So it's a fusion in some ways.
Okay.
Wow.
So even though, like, as an example, my sun sign is Leo, but in Vedic astrology, I would be considered something else, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And what? Oh, yeah. Someone's been doing a bit of research, you know.
I know a little bit about astrology.
Oh, that's good. That's good because so basically, Indian astrology is sidereal, and what does that mean? It essentially means it follows. It follows the movement of the stars. So Babylonian astrology, for example, is also sidereal. So the ancient astrologies, they take the movement of the stars into account. So what am I talking about? So the stars, believe it or not, when we look at them, so imagine like this is the starry sky, yeah, and we imagine them to be fixed. But actually the stars are slowly moving backwards by approximately 1 degree every 71 to 72 years. Now, of course, in a human lifetime, that's hardly anything. And it's not like they just wait to move like that. No, it's just a tiny of the slowest progressions. But over large amounts of time, it adds up. Yeah, adds up. Now, in Western tropical astrology, we are still pitched to the place in the sky approximately around about the fall of Rome. Yeah, which was a long time ago now.
Yeah.
The fall of Rome was approximately around about 540 AD. So let's say 540 years after Christ. Yeah, basically. And of course, the stars have been slowly moving back. What's happened is, in the sky up into effectively a circle of 12 equal portions. And that gives us the 12 signs of the zodiac. And it gives us the 12, a quick bit of maths, 12 times 30 is 360. That gives you the circle. And the stars moving backwards, it means the overlap now between the two disciplines is only 6 degrees out of 30.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
It's only 6 degrees. And what it means is the sky has effectively moved backwards from those points. So if your sun sign is Leo, then there is a very good chance that you're actually a Cancer sun sign. And so on and so forth.
Oh.
There's the moon. Yeah.
I'm just joking.
It means sun, moon, and ascendant are all probably in a different, well, they are in a different place.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is so interesting.
Yeah. So this is kind of like, in a way, part of my mission, as you know, to kind of just share this information, because when people come to me for consultations, it's astonishing for them, but the accuracy and their jaw just goes like that.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
So,
Whoops. No, Simpress was saying, hey, Simpress, we haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. I think our USA Chiron return is coming up too.
oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we can talk a little bit about that if you want to know why everything is so cray right now. when do you want to? Shall we pull the card thing first?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, because we can just go on and on.
I know.
It's just like, whoa.
Yeah. I'll give you guys the astrological weather once we pulled. So what is it we pull, and then that is that card is
for the collective. Yeah, just a message for the collective.
Mm.
All right, let's see. What card do I get? Message for the collective. All right, I'll pull one.
If you got your
Ooh.
card, Hogarth, go for it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Okay. So the card that I've got here is the Fool. Yeah, the
Look at
Fool.
that.
And you know, this is so look, major arcana straight off the bat, and it is practically, as we know, the first one out of the deck. And what is so interesting, so my cards are slightly different here. This is the Bianco Nero tarot deck by Marco Prioetto. So this is the deck here, if you're wondering what I'm pulling from.
Very nice.
Yes, his cards they're quite dramatic. Oh, who's the cat? So I've just noticing this.
This is Harmony. She
That's
always
Harmony.
does this around this time.
Oh, lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to have you here, Harmony. So this could mean, as we know, the cards can mean several different things at once, can't they? The most obvious interpretation of this is that the collective, we as humanity, we need to take a leap of faith. Yeah. A leap of faith, because we are really have entered into very sort of choppy and uncertain waters, I think it's fair to say. And the ride is just beginning, by the way. It's just beginning.
Oh.
And I'll explain in a minute. Yeah, more to come. But also as well, the Fool, if we take it in the literal direction, in some of its literal meanings, this can also mean as well, there are still a lot of people in the world who are being what? Foolish. Yeah. Being hoodwinked. This can also be the card of naivety and perhaps not wanting to grow up. And the trouble is, we are in times now where all of us on some level or another are being forced to kind of grow up. So it's requiring that leap of faith. But you'll notice in the picture here, the dog, do you see the dog is not quite leaping with the Fool? You know, in the traditional one, he's pulling up like that. Yeah. This one, he's pulling back. So there is this element here where I think there are a lot of people that need to pull themselves back from the precipice. That's how, maybe not the most joyful interpretation, but I just sorry, folks.
Well, those are always good messages, in my opinion, of reminders, good reminders for us to just kind of, just slow it down a little bit. Think about what your next step is going to be and what you're doing, especially in the way the world is right now.
Absolutely. Exactly. What do you both have? I'm curious.
So I'm actually pulling from this oracle deck. It's called Blessed by the Goddesses. And on this, now I'm going to probably say this wrong, but it looks like an English word. So Hogarth, you might know what I'm trying to say when I pronounce it. It's the goddess of Blodewi, Blodeeuwedd. Blow.
Isn't it blow? What's it?
Here.
Blodeeuwedd or something.
This is what it looks like.
A Blodeeuwedd. I think you would say it as Blodeeuwedd. Blodeeuwedd. Isn't that? I think that might be Old English.
Yeah, I
think it's Old English. That one. Blodeeuwedd is very old school. But anyway, sorry, continue.
So this is the goddess. So it says, "Receive the blessings of complexity, dear child. You, like the Welsh goddess, Blodeeuwedd, can be as sweet as flowers, yet as strong as claws. You are manifold beyond definition. You are all things that are beautiful and free." And I just look at that as taking your power back, holding on to who you really are, especially in all this, like she said, complexity that we're going through right now, staying true to yourself, and that kind of goes into Hogarth, what you were talking about too, about, that we can be the fool and go over the cliff, or we can listen to our inner selves, our guides. It's pulling us back saying, whoa, wait. Let's think about this. So I kind of just feel like it all is kind of molded together. So I just feel like, guys, just follow your inner guidance. You have the strength that you need to get through these times. That's what I say.
Candy says she is a goddess of emotions, representing the matrix that reforms transpersonal and universal energies into well-defined life force. All right, Miss Candy,
Wow.
thank
Thank
you.
you, Candy. Yep.
Wow, that's
you're
a knowledgeable crowd.
That's what I love about everyone, because so many people have so many different. Everybody knows there's something.
Yes.
Everybody knows something.
Everyone has something to contribute.
Oh, thank you, Simpress. Bloody with.
Bloody with.
Bloody with.
Bloody
Yeah,
with.
bloody with.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for that. And I think it was Welsh as well. I think it was saying on the card, which that does sound a bit that way. It can be tricky to read sometimes. Bloody with. Okay.
Yeah.
Connie,
We have Google.
Girl. Let me ask before we are we doing personal questions tonight? Because I know people are starting to put some personal in. I just want to make sure that, are we taking a few personal, or are we going to mix it up?
Yeah,
Okay.
why not?
All right.
Yeah, I feel like an answer.
Well, we'll do a few, guys. We're going to mix it up tonight. So we're going to do some personal. Please, if you have any political, go ahead and put that in there. Any astrology questions for Hogarth, please. So it's interesting. This fits in. I got the mountain. So a lot of times in tarot, we look at mountains as challenges, but mountains can also be achievements. And if you look at this, and how I see this card is that we're always going to have challenges, right? The complexities that you were just talking about just now, EQ. And it's when we let go, right? A lot of you know my favorite thing to say is let go and let it flow. And just look how her hair, everything's just flowing. She has that peaceful look on her face. The sun is out. It's about allowing yourself to flow with the complexities of life. Those challenges that we experience, we're always going to have challenges. There's always going to be complexities. It's how you come about that situation, to deal with it, to work with it, the way you perceive things, right? That's what's going to create that flow if you allow yourself to just surrender and let go, and trust in your higher power that all will be well at the other end of that. So beautiful. Fits in nicely with the messages that we received here. And this was the Earthcraft Oracle that I used.
Do you know what I find interesting about that? It was that because the Fool card has a mountain as well, because he's about to come off a mountain, and there's a mountain range in the background. And that does talk, because it's the Fool's journey, I suppose, is one of the most famous journeys, isn't it? And mountains are very kind of spiritual. And I really do feel like humanity at this time, where people are kind of having to make a choice between whether they're going to kind of take that leap of faith in the sense of going to that higher level, and in which case they'll step off to the mountain and fly, or are they going to crash, kind of crash down. And it's very interesting, the energies at play at the moment in the world. A lot going on.
No, definitely.
Okay. Oops. I didn't mean to post that just yet. I was trying to start. So while I'm going through starring some of these questions, Hogarth, if you wouldn't mind sharing with us, how did you get into astrology? Like, what is your story for those that don't know?
Well, that is a great question. I've been into astrology for really quite a long time. So I would say my learning of it, like the rudiments of learning the basics of astrology, started when I was about 8.
Oh wow!
So about 8 years. So about 8 years old. That's when I got into it, and really it started with the learning about the Greek myths, the Greek and Roman myths, and because obviously I've got a very unusual name. So my name's Hogarth, but I was named after William Hogarth, who was an 18th century kind of pioneer, painter, engraver, and all of this kind of stuff, and did a lot of stuff in society. So I always knew that from when I was a little kid. And my mum, she taught me to read. So she taught me it was Jack and the Beanstalk. My mum actually taught me, yeah. I learned to read by reading Jack and the Beanstalk. That was the first book that I read. And I must have been about, I don't know, but maybe about 3.5 or something like that. And she was really into Roman, like I said, the Greek mythology. And when I realized that the gods were named after planets, I then started to get very interested into planets, what they meant, and it literally just began from there. But what got me really interested in it as well was the psychology of the Greek and Roman myths, which are used very much today in modern sort of psychology to describe what goes on with people's minds. And my mother, sadly, she suffered a lot with mental health issues and stuff like that. And I remember when I was reading one of the Greek myths, and it really helped me understand my mother's psychology. And then I realized, I was like, this is real. There's actually a connection between the planets and how people behave here on Earth. So in a way that old Hermetic saying, which is as above, so below, which the two of you may have heard of, that really actually started to make sense for me when I was a kid, and my journey has kind of just slowly, incrementally increased since then. So I've been interested in stuff for a long time now.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
It's very interesting. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And yes, thank you for posting that, Joji. There's the link to Hogarth's channel. So if you are not already subscribed to him, please make sure you do. His link is also in the description there. And I'm reaching to plug my computer in, make sure it doesn't die, because
that would not be good.
So there we go. We're all set.
Well, thank you so much for posting that. And I realized I did this little thing here, which is what Duck Larange's, Trump's little dance, isn't it? Which really was not intended. I kind of did like the little old man dance. Anyway, sorry.
So, Sonja, I started a few when you were talking earlier. I don't know if you got them or not, but I didn't.
Thank you. Okay. So let's kick off with an astrology question. So Constance, what are you asking exactly about your birthday from May 1st? Do you want to just have some information about that, or?
Yeah. She would be a Taurus in Western.
Yeah, I think just about. I always have to check the dates. So excuse me as I just reach over for this.
Sure.
Yeah.
This huge folder that I have where I keep for the first page here. Actually, I've got.
That's a folder.
I know, right?
I've got charts in here, and you wouldn't believe I've got everyone in here.
I call that a flip chart.
So here, there's this page here, but it has to be so big because, like, when I'm doing videos, I do like people's charts. So who have I got here? I mean, I've got Mitch McConnell, and I've got I've got Trump, and then I've got other kind of political figures and stuff like that. And I dig around the USA Constitution chart, of course. So if she, or the Declaration of Independence chart, very important chart for America, by the way. So if she is May 1st, wasn't it?
Yes.
May 1st, she would actually, according to Vedic astrology, her sun sign would be Aries. Aries.
Oh, Constance. No, I'm kidding.
You're so wrong. I saw that
because I have too much Aries in my life.
Right.
That's right.
Inside joke.
I love you. Well, the joke is my daughter's an Aries. She's a double Aries, and my ex-husband's an Aries. And I lived in a house with 2 Aries, and that's a lot for a Gemini. But I have to say, Constance, I love the fact that your birthday's May 1st because I'm May 31st. So we're bookends. We're bookends.
Indeed. So so there will be an Aries. So what I could do is, and this will just be a reference to people, I can quickly read out what the dates are in Vedic. And now remember, this is just the sun sign. The sun is very important, but you also need to have the moon and the ascendant. So it's like the Holy Trinity in a way. Once you've got all 3, then that really encapsulates a lot of what a person's personality is about. But when you look at a whole chart, you see their family, friends, bosses, everything. In Vedic astrology, you can look at the whole lot. So from, what is it? What I've got here. So 13th of April to 14th of May, sidereally, you'll be sun sign Aries. Yeah. 15th of May to the 14th of June, sun sign Taurus. 15th of June to the 15th of July, sun sign Gemini. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
16th of July to the 16th of August will be Cancerian. Yeah, Cancerian sun sign. 16th, well, here, or this really should say probably 17th. So 16th, 17th of August to the 11th of September is Leo. Can you believe that? Leo is a lot later in the year. And then what have I got here? So this will be 17th of September to the 16th of October is Virgo. Then you've got 17th of October to the 16th of November. That is Libra, which most people would consider Scorpio. Yeah. And then Scorpio is 17th of November to the 16th of December. Sagittarius is the 17th of December to the 15th of January. So you see much, much later on. Capricorn is the 16th of January to what I've got here, the 12th of February. And Aquarius is 13th of February to the 13th of March. And then finally, Pisces is the 14th of March to the 12th of April.
Wow.
Interesting.
Well, now you just screwed me all up because I was just putting everything in order. I'm starting to remember all of the signs and their birth dates, and now I got a whole nother system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at both, but you will be surprised at how accurate it actually turns out. You can imagine I've done many consultations now, and people start skeptical at first, and then in the first 5 minutes they're just like, oh my god. Yeah.
Wow.
That is so cool. So cool. Well, Constance, hopes that kind of gave you a little insight that you're not just a Taurus, you're also a Aries.
Yep.
Is that right? Yeah.
There you go.
But everyone's unique, by the way. Everyone's unique. So when I read a chart, for me, it's like reading a piece of music. The planets are instruments, but they change their tune according to the house and signs that they're in. So everyone is a piece of music. So it's never just one part.
Yeah. Oh, Constance says, I need a consultation. Go to his site and sign up.
Yeah, I have your website there too. So everyone check out Hogarth for more in-depth reading. You can go ahead and get that done. All right. Only daughter would like a message from Spirit.
All right. Well, I'll pull. Shall we pull? How many cards shall we pull?
Whatever feels right for you. We don't have a certain number, and both of us, sometimes we pulled just a couple, sometimes we pulled more than that. Whatever feels right, what you're called to do.
Okay, I'm going to pull 3. So this is only daughter. Let me just tune in. All right. What can you tell us? Spirit for only daughter. Let's see here. Oh, actually, I'm going to use my other deck. Actually, I'm going to use my traditional Rider-Waite.
Okay. Only daughter, just to let you know, I saw an image of actually like the Wheel of Fortune, which talks about changing of cycles. But I heard patience. So I feel like that's related to you going through like a new cycle or beginning a new cycle, but you need to have some patience right now with it. But I feel like things are going to be turning, that things are getting better and better, but just be patient with the process.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got, but I'll pull some cards for you.
So what I heard for you is that to just kind of slow down a little bit. Like they really want you to take a look at looking at kind of what your next steps are. And it feels like more like of an organization kind of thing. Like it's like either your thoughts or the things that you're doing, something needs to be organized. So just to kind of slow down and pay closer attention to what that is. I'm also going to pull a couple of cards here for you as well.
I got Heather. Hey, Heather.
Hey, Heather.
Oh, I had a jumper.
Oh, this is interesting. Shall I read my cards or?
Yeah,
please, go ahead.
All right. So of course this is, and you know what? One thing I love in tarot, I love a cold read. Yeah, love a cold read. There was on one Hodigo, someone wrote in the comments and was like, well, I'm not sure about the code reads because you weren't sure who you were talking about, but the cards were still right. Yeah, you don't have to know the person necessarily at all. So I'm just tuning in. So only daughter, this is what I've got. So I pulled 3 cards from the Rider-Waite and then 2 clarifiers from my black and white deck. So what I got here was the 5 of Wands, yeah, as this, let's call this the signifier card, the situation that it's all about. And now this is all about conflict. Yeah, this is about conflict, struggles, arguments. There could be infighting. So what this suggests to me is, tuning in with you, that this seems to be a time in your life where you are literally perhaps feeling conflicted about things. Maybe there's a lot of internal or personal struggle, or maybe even people that you're arguing with or fighting with in some way, trying to get your voice heard in a situation. Or it could be that life itself is feeling like this card, if we just take it at its literal face value. So this tells me that there is this element here of struggle going on. Now, in the obstacle position, we get the 3 of Cups. Now, you'd be thinking, 3 of Cups, isn't that a joyful card? Well, it is. But when it comes up in the obstacle position, it can literally mean the opposite of joy. Yeah. So this suggests to me that could it be, well, if we look at the first card, which is talking about struggles, so there's this element here of maybe some emotional stress of some kind. Maybe there's a situation maybe at work or in life or something like that that's causing, you know, a little bit of upset. But here, the third card that I get here is the 8 of Wands. So what this suggests is that, look at that. Synchronicity already, folks. So the 8 of Wands is about what? Speed, things moving forward, things moving at a pace. So could it be that this situation that you've been in currently, that's been making you maybe a bit unhappy, not feeling so joyful, could be dynamically changing in some kind of way? 8 of Wands is speed. You can see they're moving through the air. It means something dynamic. And then the clarifying card I've got here, it's almost like only daughter is pondering something, waiting for a return on something, or looking at things, seeds sown in the past and what that yield will be. You can see here with the 7 of Pentacles, it's not just a financial card, it's also looking at the outcome, assessing something. And then the outcome card I get is the Magician. Now, believe it or not, the Magician card can actually be a very powerful card. And it's upside down, but I always say any card that's upside down can be turned the right way up. So what this suggests to me is, only daughter, is that there is something within you where you have to bring all of your powers to bear. Every skill that you have, you need to recognize those skills within yourself as a tool of powerful manifestation to turn this situation around. So there could be an element where the answers actually lie within you, and maybe this is what you're pondering, and maybe you're a little bit fearful to use your full power at the moment because it will bring dynamic change into your life, which is being suggested by the 8 of Wands. There you are. That's my spin, folks.
All right, mic drop. That's it.
Yeah, big time. And she says that I feel like I'm supposed to shift, relocate, refocus, etc. Family drama, conflicting beliefs. There you go.
Yeah. Yep. I'm getting the same thing. So I'll start off with my card here, Eight of Wands. So we know, again, this is action, things coming at you. But I feel like you're walking away from it. This is Eight of Cups. So you're walking away from all of those emotions, some of the dramas that you're going through. This is the Hierophant. I just felt like this is you needing to get centered, particularly going within. This is also about spirituality. Could be your spirituality institutions, but at the bottom of the deck, I've got balance. So this is Temperance. So you got to balance all of those things that you just mentioned in your life right now. And I can see in another deck, I just pulled one card and I got the Three of Swords. You can see that it's hurting. There's tears coming out. So what you're going through is dramatic for you, and a lot of changes taking place. But I do see that you will overcome those things just by looking at that. I know you will bring yourself in balance. And those things too. What do I always say? What was my other thing, Sonja? And this too shall pass. And it will.
Yeah. So, yeah, I saw that you need to get clear on like the next steps and things that you want to do. And I did pull the clarity card. There's the Mountain again. And that's what we started off with. I pulled the Mountain for the collective.
That's 3 times. Yeah.
Yes. So it depends on how you're going to look at this mountain. How are you going to climb over this mountain? Doing it with ease and grace, and learning to surrender, learning to let go, and not letting yourself get consumed by everything that's happening. Meditation, I feel, is really important for you. And there's different types of meditation. I know a lot of people say, oh, I can't meditate, I can't do this and that. It's there's quiet meditation of where you just have maybe a cup of tea or coffee or something. You're sitting and just allowing yourself to just have that space, going for a walk in nature, just those times where you can find peace for yourself, connecting to your higher source, your higher power. That's going to allow that clarity to come in for you as well. Once you're able to establish that, you're creating more growth in your life. It's what seeds are you going to plant so that they can grow? Being mindful of what it is that you want to do, doing the different things that are going to bring you the comfort of home. Look how comfortable and peaceful that is. So it's what you decide that you're going to make it. At the base of my deck, I have building atoms. And for me, I see you like kind of like your card that you had there, EQ. Which one was that? The Four of, was that the Four of Swords?
Three of Swords.
Or three, no, I'm sorry, the other one, the woman walking away.
Eight of Cups.
Oh, Eight of Cups, excuse me. So this is the building card. You can see as well, he's kind of walking or floating away, rather, going in a different direction. And the water is calm, it's peaceful. And there's something to be said about the light too, gathering up all the light. So being patient with yourself. Look at that, one more card right underneath that, the expansion card.
That's definitely very much about movement, isn't it? It seems only daughter, you really, from those cards that we got, clearly in a moment of transition, having to deal with these, perhaps quarrels, but why are you moving, or this, that, and the other. It's a very dynamic time. Fascinating. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I don't normally have that in a show where we pull a live reading for someone.
Yeah, and that goes back to the message that I got from Spirit when I heard about you being on this wheel, like the Wheel of Fortune, that things are changing for you. You just, again, be patient with yourself because you are going through the transition.
Wow.
Blessings to you.
Blessings.
Fabulous. Wow, so interesting. Would you like a little bit of astrological weather, I suppose, before the next segment? I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
I really love that, by the way. That's what a great thing to offer honestly, to offer your viewers and stuff like that. That's very rare that someone can literally just get a reading from three people.
I had to put that on there.
Oh, thank you.
That's Sylvia. Hey, Sylvia.
Thank you very much. In terms of the weather, so what I don't want to rabbit on too long and stuff like that. But I just want to give an opportunity to share with your audience. What I mean by the astrological weather, so it's basically what is affecting everyone on Earth. If we look at the news and all that kind of stuff, I mean, so much is going on. And essentially what is happening is several factors coming together at once. So you would have heard, of course, about the Pluto return, because all of us astrologers are talking about this. And if they're not, then it wouldn't make much sense, because this is so powerful. So basically what is in the USA chart, and I think it really is only the USA at the moment, they're having you guys are having a Pluto return.
I'm just going to put this right here because that question did come up. So,
yeah, what's there? Oh, there we are. Yeah. There we are. So what does this mean? So have the two of you heard of the Saturn returns? Have you heard of that?
Yes.
All right. So we know the Saturn return happens, 28, 29, 30, and then you've got another one, 58, 50, 59, 60, etc. And if you're still around for the third one, well done, because you're almost 90 at that point. And most people are just like, God, take me. Yeah, they're ready to go. Yeah. By that point, we really are. It's only willpower, pretty much, that's keeping us here at that stage. So we understand when we have the Saturn return, it's a time of maturity, isn't it? Where we have to kind of grow up, face reality, face facts and stuff like that. Now, in my opinion, the Pluto return is the same for countries. Yeah, for countries. And it is this time when a country has to kind of face itself and really understand what it's about, where it really needs to look at and maybe challenge some of its myths and illusions and really start dealing with reality, because Pluto is the last planet, as far as we're aware, of the solar system. So it's like Alpha Omega. The buck stops with Pluto. Even though in Vedic astrology it's Saturn, really it's Pluto. What's Pluto? Pluto is god of the underworld, shadow. The journey of Eonana, as the ancient Egyptians used to describe it, which is going into the underworld, dealing with whatever's there, and then coming up the other side. Pluto also deals with Persephone. Are you too familiar with Persephone from Greek mythology? She was the daughter of Ceres, which is the Roman name for Demeter, the earth goddess. Anyway, Persephone was stolen away. She was abducted. She became the queen of the underworld in the end, but it deals with all of that shadow, all of that icky stuff. And when a planet comes back, it's like it's got a clipboard. Yeah, I want you to imagine it's like this. So look, I've got a clipboard here.
A big clipboard.
Yeah. The planet is like, tick, yeah, checking this and the other. So Pluto, what it does is, because he's god of the underworld, all of the shadow, all of the gunk, all of the stuff that's swept under the carpet or flushed down the toilet, or whatever analogies you want to use for, like, particularly for Scorpio, is all dredged up and thrown out there in public. And we just have no choice but to look at it. Yeah.
Yep.
Now, this is happening for the whole world because Pluto is going into Sidereal Capricorn, which it means government, distribution systems of all kind, big business, pharma, all these different things. If we look at the world, what are we talking about? Supply chain issues. Yeah. Government spending, infrastructure projects. Yeah. That are either happening or not happening. But, we know they're a big theme. Look at what's going on around. Pluto is also a planet of energy as well. Uranus is a planet of energy. He mainly deals with electricity and lightning and power grids and stuff like that. Mars is a planet of energy. He deals with heat and fire. And Pluto is all energy forms, including nuclear and X-rays. Yeah. So what is Pluto? Makes things crumble down and then build back up again. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. So something has to die and be reborn. So you can imagine the USA is going through this right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're in the heart of it. Oh gosh, yeah.
And does it not feel like there is this feeling almost of like things are what I mean? We can see there's literal death. Yeah. Not, I mean, obviously around the world, but we're talking it's America that's having this particular thing right now. So I think for a lot of people viewing, there is just this sense, isn't it, that things are breaking down. Normal standards aren't there anymore. When Pluto actually went into Sidereal Capricorn on the 1st of January 2021, I said something very dramatic is going to happen, something poopy, something weird, some kind of coup. And then 5 days later, what did we have? Yeah, absolutely. I actually predicted it on my channel. So what's going on is transformation, metamorphosis. But what Pluto does is anything that is outdated, outmoded, no longer functioning, no longer working, corrupt, dark and shady, and is not contributing to growth, Pluto seeks to destroy those things. And isn't it interesting what's all coming out now when we look at obviously Jan 6th and all the muck and all the, just everything we've been seeing.
Yeah.
So those things, those things, sorry, one last thing. So those things that no longer work will have to crumble in order for something new to be born. So this is literally the labor pains of birthing something new, and we'll have to see what it is. So
no, that's perfect, and it's so true because God knows everything's getting burned down completely. It's in it, but it has to crumble. And I always say that number 45 was the evil necessity that we needed. This world doesn't really understand now, or I'm sure a lot of people do understand, but he was very much needed. He's like that Band-Aid that was ripped off until now we can see all the ooze and the pus and all the ugliness that's been covered up for many, many years. And now we have no choice but to look at it,
right,
to really do something about it and heal it. It needs to be properly healed.
Well, he said he was going to drain the swamp. And what's so funny is he actually did, just not the way he thought. Everything he exposed everything, helped to bring it all to come out, all the ugliness. But it needed to happen, just like Hogarth, what you were saying. It has to happen. Because of the whole, when you look at all of the planets, like you said, the Pluto return and all this other stuff, in order for us to grow and ascend to a higher place, it has to be broken and torn down. And we have to see it. And unfortunately, it's heavy, it's ugly, it's nasty, but
uncomfortable.
That's how we grow. That's our greatest growth is, some of those hard lessons. So.
Absolutely. And it's a process, and it is a process that will complete itself in whichever way. But what I would say is what the baby will be that comes out eventually out of this process, we will have to see. It has not yet been determined. So there is, as we know, we've got the midterms coming up. And there is a very important astrological event that happens on the day of the midterms, and it's going to be a full lunar eclipse.
Oh, yeah, that's intense.
On the day of the midterm, when I actually checked a few weeks ago, oh my God!
Wow!
I was like, no, on the day, yes. Full lunar eclipse, and we've got this big square between Uranus, Rahu, and Mars, which is coming together. So around about the end of July, it will hit its peak, but we're already seeing that. And that's going to be squaring Saturn, which is going into Capricorn, which is about what? Governments, organizations, and all that kind of stuff. So we're seeing protest, protest, fighting, revolution, even assassination, blah blah blah. All of this stuff we've seen. Shinzo Abe in Japan, they're actually having protests right now in Holland about the farming. Same
and China,
China.
I was shocked.
Did you see?
Yes.
Even in China, they're rebelling. So where is this humanity or the ordinary people? Are wanting to stand up to what? The government, because remember, Saturn also represents government, and he's going to be in Capricorn, squaring it. Square is challenge. So Uranus is the planet of liberation, but rebellion as well. But it deals with shocks and surprises, electricity, aeroplanes. So we might even see weird stuff going on with aeroplanes. We've already got travel delays and stuff like that. Mars is fighting.
But no crashes, right? Because I got a lot of trips coming up.
EQ's not a plane person. So.
Yeah, I'll be going to France in the next 6 weeks, and Egypt, and some other places. So
I'm sure you'll be all good. You just say your prayers and all that stuff. You'll be all right. Yeah,
I know.
She's gonna be fine. She's gonna be fine. Connie B mentioned and Joji both said Sri Lanka too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you see, like Sri Lanka. So it's this thing is getting hotter and hotter because it like things don't necessarily always happen exactly on the day. Actually, sometimes they really do, but it's a build up. So do we see how it's kind of ratcheting? Look, we've had our political earthquakes as well because Uranus can be political earthquakes. Look at the UK. Yeah. But it's been building and building. We've got Jan 6th. It's building and building. Then we've got, China, Sri Lanka. Then the farmers are protesting as well. So Holland, Germany, I think Italy and maybe Spain.
Yeah. Where is I think Belarus? Is his name Belarus? No, is it Belarus?
Balearics? Did you mean like?
No. It'll come to me later. I know they're doing a lot of. I think he's the president of. Is it Venezuela or is it somewhere? I think it's South America.
Belize?
No.
Candy says Belarus.
Thank you. Is it? Yes, Belarus. They're going through a lot. Also, they're trying to kick him out. He has those Trump tendencies, and so they're also Brazil. Yeah, it's Brazil. Yeah. Bolsonaro.
Bolsonaro. Yeah,
they're going through the same thing right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Get them out now.
Absolutely, because it's all coming up. Because the Pluto, even though America's having the Pluto return, but this is still Pluto in Capricorn, which is government. Yeah, so governments all around the world are being looked at, re-examined, challenged. So yeah, lots on the decks, folk. Plenty on the barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially with that, I'm feeling like that lunar eclipse on midterms. I feel like it's really important for everybody. If you can vote early, vote early.
Yes,
get out there and vote early. Look at that.
Last space card.
Yeah, it's going to be important for us to get out there, vote early. I just, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to go down with that.
It feels like a battle between good and evil. It's like, guys, this is our time. We got to win this battle. Please
really
vote.
Is.
Please vote. It's so important.
Yeah.
Really is.
Yeah.
Really
okay.
is.
Let's see here. And guys, I'm so sorry. I know tonight's a different type of night. We're not going to be able to get through a ton of questions tonight, but if you have a question, make sure you save it, bring it back. I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. We're not doing just all personal tonight. And
right, Candy, get your children to vote as well. Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I mean, this is it, folks. I mean, it really. We can see what's at stake, without having to cover every single detail, isn't it? But it's kind of, is it going to be freedom or is it going to be the Handmaid's Tale? Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
quite literally.
Yeah.
That's why that show freaked me out. I could not watch it. I watched 3 episodes and I said, you know what? This is too real. I can't watch this. Ooh. It felt too real.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know I struggled to watch those things, but I did actually go to a talk years ago that was given by Margaret Atwood, who of course wrote The Handmaid's Tale, and she explained everything about it. Good question here though. This one's saying, I was born on 22nd of November 1963, about an hour after JFK was murdered. Any significance to that day according to astrology? That long and short of it is yes.
I would think a heavy influence. It's very significant, and it's interesting because Connie, you're born on 11/11. or 1111 and then 22. So just looking at that says a lot to me. You got master numbers there.
Yeah. Basically, what Connie B has just highlighted there, maybe she knows, or maybe it was an intuitive hit, but we have just come back into that time frame again. Because Jupiter is in sidereal Pisces, not in Aries, sidereal Pisces, and Saturn is just moving back into sidereal Capricorn, and that's where they were at the time of JFK, believe it or not. So there's a saying that I love. Well, there's a saying I like, and it says, history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. Isn't that a good saying? History doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. It doesn't necessarily mean it will be exactly the same, but it could be similar. We've already had one big assassination already, and that was Shinzo Abe. Even though he's like the Japanese, former Japanese PM, he is of the equivalent of a Trump or a Biden or a Bush, or, at that level, or an Angela Merkel or something like that. So with these energies and these squarings and stuff like that, we do have to watch out. But that is a very good observation by Connie B. So yes, it's kind of 1963 energy coming back.
Very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Connie, you need to book a reading with him to get more on that. That would be fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is wonderful, ladies. Yeah. I've never been so promoted in my whole life. Thank you.
Okay. Aiden says, I need to work on my British accent. This is a good live stream for me to watch.
Oh, Aiden. We love Aiden.
Listen, I can sit and listen to any British person speak all day. It's like one of the best accents. I just love it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So
hey, Kevin says Aiden does England. Oh, that's funny.
All right. So Elvira's still here with us. She says, I'm having a harsh time again. What can I do about it? What does Spirit have to say?
Ooh. Elvira, all right.
Elvira. I know it's a different spelling, but I couldn't help it.
Let's see, Elvira.
While you were reading that, what I heard for her was belief.
That's so funny that you said that, because the first thing that came in my mind was the mantra that I've shared with people, like putting your hand over your heart and saying, I have value, I am valuable.
Yes.
And I think that's really important for you to do for yourself, Elvira. It's so simple. I have value, I am valuable.
Yes.
I'll pull a few cards. So.
Yeah.
Elvira.
Hey, Dee, there's no queue where we're closed for questions for tonight. I'm not even sure if we can get to all the ones that we have.
Yeah, we'll have to do a part 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, very interesting cards here. Ooh. Okay. Shall I do a quick read of my cards then?
Go for it.
Thank you. I honestly, I really do love a cold read. I don't have a clue who Elvira is, but here, Spirit is coming straight through. So look, another major arcana. So again, this is significant. Whenever anyone gets the major arcana, it always speaks about significant things kind of going on in that person's life. Now, if you look here, the Hermit can deal a lot actually with study, research, going within, spirituality. Yeah. But it can also deal as well with a sense of isolation as well. So it could be possibly that Elvira is maybe feeling isolated in some way, or not supported, or is really having to go deep within to find spiritual answers to maybe problems of the outside world or something like that, or maybe feeling the need to retreat or lick one's wounds, or really, this shows me she's really deeply reflecting. And then in the obstacle position, I get here the Queen of Cups. Now, when the Queen of Cups is the right way up, so this speaks about an emotional woman, and a sensitive, emotional person who's creative and has got talent, etc., and stuff like that, but can also be the holder of secrets. But this card came out for me reverse. So I think this could be how very much Elvira is feeling about the situation. There could even be a sense of, with the retreat, and there can even be a sense of maybe maybe Elvira is struggling with their mental health or their emotional health or their sense of well-being. Yeah. Because this is obviously a very challenging time. And then the next card I get here is the Eight of Pentacles, and this can refer to hard work, study, being studious. So it's almost as if Elvira is kind of going on a deep internal journey, maybe one of metamorphosis in some way, where really kind of wanting to working hard on the life situation, working hard on oneself, and maybe really being prepared to actually do some heavy lifting here. So whatever it is, your this deep reflection is almost like, oh my God, I know that there's work to do. And then I pulled two clarifiers, and look at this, I get the Hermit again. So two separate decks, and I get the Hermit again. So this really is talking about introspection, maybe even isolation. There's deep reflection going on in some way about pondering any kind of issue in life. And look, the Eight of Wands turns up again as well, which is showing speed and transformation. So it looks like whatever decisions that you're coming to, Elvira, is like once you've made up your mind, it looks like you're going to go for it, and that you want dynamic change to come into your life. That's what I got.
Well, you're spot on. She says, I've stopped having expectations because I always get disappointed. So I don't believe in myself anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be the Hermit. Yeah. Retreating. Yeah. Retreating. Mm-hmm. And yeah. Wow. Oops.
Elvira, I want to show you. I pulled out my emotions deck, and I can see where you're at. You're like overwhelmed, confusion, so much going on. You might even feel sometimes, let me pull up one card. This is the card of jealousy or envy, or maybe you're looking at other people thinking they have it better than you. And kind of a woe it's me a little bit. And in other times you feel disgusted and just like, ugh, I can't anymore. I just can't, you don't feel like you can move forward. However, I did pull a couple of other decks, and I see change on the horizon for you, actually. So I did pick this card. This is the Five of Swords. You can see the anger and the frustration. Again, with people around you, with yourself, there's a lot of that going on. You also feel blocked. So I got the Two of Swords. So this is all of you in your head, not sure how to get around it, what to do, where to go, all of that. However, I feel like that's the energy that's about to move itself, because at the bottom of this deck, I got, you will be free from those restraints. So you're going to get to that place. I feel like there's something new that wants to break free. So allow it to break free. If you have to go and cry and get it out, and they have places called, what was it? Like rage rooms where you can go, and they have like old TVs and computers, and you can just smash them and get all that rage and frustration out. And then people walk away. It's like, oh, I feel so much better. This is really great. But that's what I feel like. Just get all that gunk out, because you have some beautiful stuff coming up for you. So I see, here's the change here. So this is the Six of Wands. I feel like you're going to be rebuilding. You see that building is halfway. Look, this is you. Okay. You're coming into that new space. You're coming into calmer waters. And I've got something is coming its way for you. I got great news. So expect something in the mail, some kind of communication That's going to turn things around for you. You're going to feel so much better. And I got one of the best cards of the deck. I got the Sun. You're going to be happy. There's some happiness there, which goes along with that freedom. And lastly, you got the Ace of Wands. You get to recreate and reinvent yourself. Okay. So you've got some good stuff coming. Just hold on to that and let that negativity and all that stuff go. You can look at life as, what do they say? When you look at a glass, it's half full or half empty. How are you going to look at it?
Yeah.
So you can change your thoughts. You can change how you feel just by changing that thought and look at, okay, this too shall pass. That's going to be my theme. This too
and this too shall pass, and I'm let it go, let it flow.
Exactly. And that's what I tell myself too when I go through some of those emotional things, or I feel like I'm just stuck. It's like, okay, Spirit, what are you trying to tell me? What is my lesson? What am I not getting? Let me just relax, but I'm not going to relax with anger or relax with woe is me. I'm just going to relax and try to be neutral until I can understand what Spirit's trying to show me. Okay.
Yeah. It looks like she needs to. It's because she got the Hermit twice. Yeah, she got it once the right way up and the other time reverse. So what that's saying to me is that she's probably feeling like in some ways that the walls have been closing in around on her, and a sense of I call it like the phantom zone. Has anyone heard of this? Everyone should watch. Does anyone remember Supergirl from the 80s? That film.
No.
Remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember Supergirl? Right. And I'm
Yeah.
always talking about this film, and Never Ending Story is another one. Why am I talking about Supergirl? Yeah, and you're probably thinking, oh my God, this crazy British guy that we brought onto the show. But there's a point to this. There is a point where Supergirl is thrown into the phantom zone by Selena, the witch Selena. Do you remember, played by Faye Dunaway?
Mm-hmm.
And in the phantom zone is a parallel universe where Supergirl has lost all her powers and she can't fly anymore and she can't crush rocks and all of this kind of stuff. And with getting the Hermit twice, I get the sense that Elvira is probably feeling like that she doesn't have any power or any agency over her life and has withdrawn. You've gone into the phantom zone, yeah? And there can be many reasons, and it's not your fault. There's a lot of reasons to be in the phantom zone right now, isn't it? Because the whole world is basically feeling like a phantom zone. However, she is able to climb out. There's this character played by Peter O'Toole who drinks this weird liquid, but he directs Supergirl to find the way out. And there's a little tornado, but anyway, she eventually, step by step by step by step, she climbs up and breaks her way out of the phantom zone. And I think you can do that too, Elvira. You can do that too. You have to put one foot in front of the other and understand, although that things are challenging, not to put yourself into a cage, into a prison, and that you can liberate yourself from whatever this mental thing is that is being sort of keeping you down in a way. You can get out of it and things will improve, as the ladies' cards indicate. So I just thought I would share that little bit there, as eccentric as it was.
No, it was perfect. It was great. It's perfect. Exactly. She has the power. She has the power to change her situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to point this out. Joji, thanks for putting that. Last week, I had a guest on my channel where we talked about forgiveness, and not necessarily forgiveness for others, but for ourselves as well. But it's a lot of the work and stuff that we need to do within ourselves. And I saw that, Joanna, thank you for mentioning that as well, creating your life consciously. Joanna and I do a lot of the same work as coaching is concerned, shadow work. And I can really feel that there's work that needs to be done with your inner child. That whole affirmation of I have value, I am valuable. It's really important. I can see it here with the Three of Swords, your heartache, the pain that you're experiencing. But with the Page of Pentacles, there's a solid new beginning. But, you know, just with that example that Hogarth was using, you have to start taking those steps. Start making those steps so that you can reach where it is that you want to be. But you have to make that choice with the Two of Wands here. It's your choice. Either you're going to stay where you are, or do you really want to start making those changes that you need in your life? Make the right choice. You got the Ace of Cups here. And I feel that you're ready to do that. I also pulled just here, this is what you want. You want the Lily, peace and harmony, more peace and harmony, more balance in your life. With the ring here, I see that a completion. I feel that you are going to do that. But again, you got to start with the child in you. That inner child of yours needs healing. Shadow work is a beautiful thing to do. Base of the deck is a scythe. It's time for you to cut away all of that stuff that's not serving you, that's holding you down. But the other thing with shadow work too, though, if you are not experienced or don't know a lot about, I caution people with shadow work because sometimes they can go deep and get caught and lost and get into some stuff that they don't know how to get themselves out of. So be mindful of that. But I feel that you can really do the work, but you have to believe in yourself. That's the first thing. Believe that you can achieve it and do it. It is work. It's not fun. I always say it's like an onion and you're pulling back each layer to get to that core. And that can be unpleasant, but it's worth it. Trust me, it is so worth it. And you're worth it. You're totally worth it.
Yes.
Yeah. So. And the reward is freedom. That's what it is.
Yes.
The reward is freedom.
Yes.
It really is.
That's so funny. Yeah. That was the card that I got. Remember? Freedom.
Free. Yep. So many blessings to you.
Yes. Wish you the best. Wow. Gosh, how the time flies. My goodness.
Yes, it does.
I know.
So Hogarth, what do you feel like? We usually end like in about 15 minutes, but I want to respect it. You know, we want to respect and honor you because you are up. It's late there, and we so appreciate that. So
it's 3:15 in the morning, folks. But you know,
yes, like he's here for all of us doing this. It's incredible.
No, it's great. No, like I'm happy to stay on another 15 minutes because I love to kind of go with people's shows, and I'm loving those doing the readings, but you know, there you are, because I as much as I do my astrology as well, I love my tarot as well, and you know, they both can tap into those energies and stuff like that. But it's very good for getting a read on where people are. So it's a really nice service that you guys are providing for people. So yeah, whatever's next.
All right, beautiful. Thank you. So Barb's Wheel of Fortune. Hey, Barb, July 2nd is the date they voted on to the declaration. Does that change anything?
So, and this is, of course, I guess in reference to America's, 4th of July, yeah, and all of that stuff. Yeah. All right. So as everyone knows, and of course, you guys are American. There are so many significant dates, shall we say, in that journey of America becoming America, and all of them, of course, do have influence. And some readers actually refer to the chart of different charts done at different times. However, what I would say is this: the planets are declamatory. So, what do I mean by that? It is when the word is uttered, when the thing is created, when the child is born. So when we're born and we take our first breath. So I want you to think of it that way. Anything that's got energy to it, even a company, when it takes its first breath, it's alive. And those energies are at play. And although there are many different dates and stuff like that are important, of course, in the USA Constitution and how it built, that Declaration of Independence was the birth of America, yeah, as a concept, as a country. When the founding fathers and everyone and the whole world and his wife and whatever got together in Philadelphia to sign that is when America was actually born as a nation, because we need to understand as well, a nation is a concept first. It's an idea, yeah. And that is what nationhood is about. It's an idea, it's a code of ethics or whatever, and then it becomes a flag, etc., and all of this kind of stuff. So that's why that Declaration of Independence chart on the 4th of July, it's 1776, if I recall correctly, and the time a lot of us Vedic astrologers use is 6:30 p.m. in the evening. I have found that chart to be so accurate. So accurate, and it was from that chart I was able to predict that there would be some sort of coup, because particularly when I looked at Dr. Larange's chart, who is 45, that's my name for 45, Dr. Larange, and I because he is orange, like an Oompa Loompa, like something out of the Charlotte factory. What I mean? Never seen anything like that in my life. Anyway, whatever, I digress. But the point is, in November 2020, when the whole election thing happened, there was a very powerful lunar eclipse again, and this time it was right on top of Trump's natal moon. And I said to everyone, you can see the videos and stuff like that, I said he is going to do something cray, something we've never done before. He's run out of options, and I said he's going to do some kind of something violent. Obviously, we didn't have the word insurrection then, because everyone had forgotten the word. Yeah, it wasn't in common parlance, but I said he's going to do something at the Capitol that is outrageous, that's some violence, some type of coup, because he's run out of options. Right. So it was by looking at Trump's chart and that Declaration of Independence chart that I was able to get that prediction right. So it does work. The other charts can work as well, but they're more subtle. But it's the one when a country is born, or when it has a moment of apotheosis, or just like the phoenix rising from the ashes, that becomes essentially the birth date of that nation, and you can read that chart, and it will be relevant until the constitution is fundamentally changed. That vibration will essentially stay the same.
Wow.
Interesting.
I'm sitting here laughing at Texas girl in Virginia. Her name is Velveeta Voldemort.
She needs to wave her wand, get in there and just kick some political, whatnot. Wow.
Yeah, so this is very insightful information, Hogarth.
No problem. Here we are. I've got my little wand there.
Oh no! Awesome.
When I'm reading my chart.
That is awesome. All right, I'm trying to see, because I prefer to read if someone's still here. Maria Ruiz, are you still here? Give you a second. If not, I'm going to pick another question. Okay. So I'm just going to, I was trying to find people that we haven't read for a lot of, and I think everybody else we've kind of read for before. Okay. I don't think Maria's still here. So,
does she leave her question behind? Because she can follow it up later.
She can, but we get so many questions, so I kind of like to try to work with those that are still here with us, that have been patiently waiting. Let's see, Paisley next. Paisley, are you still here with us?
What would you like us to read on, Paisley? Or maybe we just pull.
There's Maria.
Maria said, nope, I'm here.
All right, Paisley's here too.
Paisley.
Okay, so let's do these two ladies, and let's quickly. So Maria would just like a message.
Okay.
Just like a nice general message, and then we'll end on Paisley. Everyone else, I'm so sorry we weren't able to get to your question tonight, but we will be back here next Monday, so please bring your questions.
So Maria, all right. Okay, Spirit, what message do you have for Maria? Let's see what's going on.
I once knew a girl named Maria.
Is that West Side Story?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
That was not a very good version of it, but yes.
I recognized it. Let's see here. Maria. Let's see what Spirit has to say for Maria. All right. I've got 3 cards. Let's see what they want to say. Ooh. Oh, this is interesting.
I wonder if you got the same thing I got, because I got a ooh, okay.
Yeah, this is interesting. So shall I read what I've got? Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I pulled 3 cards for you, Maria. 3 cards. The first card I get is the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So out of the 3, and maybe I'll pull a couple of clarifiers, but out of the 3 cards, 2 of them are Pentacle cards. So of course that talks about money, finances, stuff like that. Not always, but broadly so. And here, so what's the Knight of Pentacles? The Knight of Pentacles here is about, he's a slow moving card. Yeah. So he kind of plots forward. So when he's the right way up, it means stay on the road, be patient, put one foot in front of the other, and your loyalty and faith will be rewarded. Yeah, but he's come reversed. So what this suggests to me is that maybe Maria might be frustrated maybe by a financial situation that may not be of her causing. It could potentially be someone else, but there might be a feeling that her money's held up in some way, or finances held up in some way, or someone's dragging their feet. Yeah, because the Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving card. It's also a male card as well, but not always. But so it could be there might be an internal frustration on some level that something's not moving forward as fast as she would like. Mm. Then I get in the obstacle position, I get the Page of Swords. Yeah, so we've got a Knight and then we've got a Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords, when it's the right way up, sometimes this can mean like a legal situation, or a spy in the camp, but or bring out the truth in some kind of way. But particularly when it's reversed, this could sometimes mean malicious gossip or something like that. So could this be the person that is the obstacle potentially? So there's a frustration here, and it could be maybe a mini legal message, or a legal something to do that could be a block to money or finances, or there could be someone who's being a bit of a pain in the you-know-what. But the outcome card, look, the 8 of Pentacles makes a return. So again, this is about hard work, discipline, graft, working, studying, being diligent. So maybe this person is working hard to get a resolution to something that is frustrated or stuck in some kind of way, but they're prepared to do the work. So I would say is if you do the work, put one foot in front of the other in a very logical way, then maybe this situation, which could be financial, could be resolved. That's what I get from that. I don't know if she agrees.
I'm getting kind of something similar, because I got the 9 of Coins. And what's interesting, again, about money, look at the pocketbook on the table. It's open.
Yeah.
But her life looks good. She's enjoying. Everything looks great. She's a hard worker. I also now got the 8 of Coins. So I feel like she's a hard worker. Things are fine.
You got 8 of Coins as well.
Yes. But then I feel like something's about to change for her, because I feel like she's going on a trip. I've got the 3 of Wands. So I feel like you're going to be traveling. And if you can see, there's an airplane in the mist. And birds, there's communication, there's talking with a group of people. So I feel like you're going to be heading somewhere, going somewhere to see something that I feel like someone may need your help or your money. That's why your pocketbook's open and the money is there. So I feel like someone's going to be asking you to help. And then I looked at the bottom of the deck and I got the Tower. So I feel like there's going to be a Tower moment that's going to cause you to travel, or this conversation is going to come up. There's going to be a judgment that's going to be made. You see all the people around. I feel like there may be some people not being very responsible, which is causing this Tower moment. And then there's the battle. There's going to be a battle, a fight. Something is not good. but it's not you, because I feel like your world, this is you, you're content, but they need your help. So I feel like something's going to come up where you're going to have to go and help someone with what they've created. So I pulled another deck real quick. I got the clouds again. The clouds are not good at all. This talks about, you know, things being, you can't see them right now, but things are clouded. There's a lot of confusion. And then I got the coffin, which is along with the tower. So I feel like there's a change, not that somebody's going to die or anything like that. I'm not looking at it from that perspective, but I'm looking at it from a change or a transformation, a new beginning of something. And then I've got the tower again.
Wow.
In this tower, in this deck, this.
Oh my God. Wow.
Isn't that something? So yeah, so this is the
drama. There's something dramatic.
Drama, and it's something that's outside of her control.
Yeah.
It's not her. But she's gonna have to come in and fix it.
That's what I thought, because I got the Page of Swords, didn't I? And the outcome card was the Eight of Pentacles, her doing some work. And that's what I was saying. It's like there's some situation, something maybe to do with finances, but
it is
certainly, wow.
It's not her. It's people around her. They're going to contact her because of their behavior that's caused all this chaos. They need her help. Yeah. And then I've got also the bear. So a very important message. That's the bear. Something's coming your way. This is also an authority figure, but I believe this is you. And the birds again, communication, talking, news coming your way, flighty, travel. So that's what I got. So you got something coming up in the near future.
Yeah. I pulled the mountain for you.
Oh.
So yeah,
the mountain is back again.
But what the card that I pulled it with was the card of music. And I feel like this is what's going to help you through a lot of situations. So allowing yourself to stay calm and centered. You know, if there's a certain kind of music that really helps you, make sure you incorporate more of that into your life. I have
Sonja, hold on a second. I have to show you that. And this card of judgment, look at he's playing the music. The angel is playing the music.
Yeah. And it's bringing beauty. It's bringing forth beauty and flowers. That's kind of like that peace, that calmness that feels really good. There's going to be a new beginning, but it hasn't been revealed yet with the book. Okay. It hasn't been revealed just yet. But whatever it is, it's going to cause you to have to take action. And you're going to be stressed and worried about that. I got the mice. Okay. But it's a tower moment. But just allow yourself to stay grounded. Okay. You got to stay grounded. And I feel that's where the music is going to come in to help you stay grounded. On the base of the deck here, I have hugging you. So, and I always love to say too, give yourself hugs. We don't hug ourselves enough. Yes. When I'm upset or get going through something, I hug myself. So
and then she calls me.
Yeah, or I call her. Exactly.
Girl, I need a reading.
But at the base of the deck of this one is time. This is a situation that I feel is going to take a little bit of time. So just allow yourself to be patient. Look what's right underneath that. The sun. The sun is there. So the sun will come out. Love that. You're going to be moving from the moon into the light, the darkness into the light, dealing with the dark matter. So, you know, and I pulled a few tarot cards too, and I got that as well. I got the Two of Swords, a choice that you're going to have to make.
Choices, yeah.
Seven of Cups. You know, there's going to be all this stuff, illusions, delusions, things going on. Three of Swords. It's going to be some heartache. Moon, tied up in emotions. Five of Wands, conflict. However, at the base, we have the devil here. So there's going to be stuff that's going to be trying to pull you in. You got to look at it from a different perspective. But like I said, that sun came up there. It's going to come. The sun always comes up. It has to. So, you know, it's just a cycle, things we have to go through.
It seems to be very clear that there is someone or something, some situation that she's being, because like the energy of the cards is so similar. It's like being antagonized or pushed, or someone's creating a drama situations that's disturbing the peace in a way. And it's like this process of trying to stay calm through the storm. But there is this element where it does feel like it's out of her control. Do you know what I mean? There's this.
Yeah.
So it's so
dragging her into it. It's
Yeah.
not her, but it's
Yeah.
pulling her that way. So she's
Yeah.
going to be drug in the middle of it.
You got to keep
You are
yourself
gonna come out of
grounded.
it.
Yeah.
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 Keep
She's
yourself
gonna come out.
grounded.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at that. Look at the card. Oh, look at this. Look what I just pulled now. I pulled the Magician card.
Magician.
This is one of the best cards in the deck, Maria. Just so you know, this is one of the best cards in the deck. And what this means is, I've just literally just pulled that out. You need to use every tool that you have, all of your guile and cunning, whatever this situation is, because this is a card of power and using your willpower to turn things around. And it also shows as well that you have the power within you. And look at the outcome card that I get, victory card.
Oh, wow. Yep.
Beautiful.
So there's some drama. We don't know who it is, but there's some kind of someone, some situation. But when you go within and pull your power out, you can win. So drama, but you're going to make it. You're going to make it through.
Yeah.
Maria, my guys are funny. I just heard, that song, I got the power. Go around, play that song, put it on repeat, and just know that you got the power, girl. This is on you. It's about how you're going to come at it. We can't change the circumstances or things around us, but we can change how we're going to perceive them, how we're going to deal with them. So keep that in mind. You got the power.
Absolutely.
You got the power. Okay, one more. I want to make sure that we get to Paisley because I said we would get to Paisley. And quickly, Candy. I kind of like how Candy says here. Why does the universe allow the drama to persist? And my answer to that, Candy, is that when we, every time we come back, it's like lessons that have not been learned. There's different things. So we go through these things because there's lessons in them, and there's different things that we need to understand, different things that we might have to change about ourselves. And when we don't, it's like this thing that just keeps coming and coming and coming until you learn the lessons in it. So that's through this lifetime and other lifetimes. It could be past life stuff that we're dealing with too. Who knows? Yeah. There's so many different things, but there's always something. She said,
what did she say?
She said, damn it, I've learned enough lessons.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think one thing that's worth adding to what you were just saying there is just, even though it may not be that much of a comfort, Earth is a school. Yeah. Earth is a school, and my goodness, and those planets up there and stuff like that, they are part of the teachers. Yeah, they dish up the lessons. And when I look at someone's chart, I'm not only just looking at the music of the chart, I'm looking at the starlight of their chart. I'm looking at their lessons that they're here to learn, and their friends and family, and all of that stuff. We're all connected. It's so complex. We're all here to teach each other stuff. Maybe not all the lessons aren't always so great, but they are all important. And this is what Earth School is about. Earth is such a rare and unique and exquisitely special place, not only in our solar system, but our whole galaxy and the whole universe. There's certain things that a soul can only experience on Earth, and that's not even a joke. That really is the truth. So just understand that we're all immortal at the end of the day, believe it or not. We really are. And when you get onto the other side, you just laugh about the stuff anyway and just go, oh, really?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Really?
So basically, you guys both said what I was gonna say, for your soul's growth. And just remember that things happen to us for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So just know that it's all about learning. We're here at the Earth School, and I think we're probably maybe kindergartners, maybe third graders. But we're about to go into another school, another level of school.
Ooh,
so we're in third grade, maybe we're going to fourth grade now. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I like that. School is now in session.
And the teachers have got the sticks, and we're not sure if we're going to have any lunch. So let's just say.
Oh
we
man.
we just got to roll with it. But no, these are real times of really where, because many people that watch our shows like this and my show and other shows would consider themselves light workers, and there is a lot of truth in that. And what I want to remind light workers is this: the job of the light worker is to shine the light in the dark. So to be a light worker means to go through the darkness and illuminate for everyone else.
Yep.
So it takes courage. Yeah. Yep. And we are being called on. I mean, really, aren't we? As a world, as you see with the nation of America, but it's not just America, it's everywhere. We are all being tested. We are all being required to bring forward our light and our knowledge, and just understand, to dispel the darkness, we have to shine that light. But it also means we have to be in that space. Being a light worker is not standing in the bright sunshine looking into the cave and going, isn't it dark in there? It's like, no, you actually have to go into the cave and shine the light there to illuminate and heal everything. And we can do it, and we're all going in the right direction. Not necessarily everyone's going to go to the light, but so many people are. The world is waking up. So there is hope. There is hope.
Oh, there's always hope.
Oh, yes.
And it's so funny that you brought that up, because I just did a blog post entitled "This Little Light of Mine, I'm gonna let it shine." and that's my message to the collective. We all have light. We all have something special. No one's more special than the next person. It's just that we shine our light differently. That's all. So don't be shy. It's time. We need to let our light shine. That's how we're going to move through all of this. So yes, love that. All right. So Paisley, I asked her, was there a particular direction in her life? And she says, lots going on in my astrology chart. Feels like a pinball machine with 100 balls loose. Lights and bells and whistles trying to distract me. I'm still in the game, flippering away. So many choices. Okay. So with that said, I guess we'll just see what comes up for you. I love that. Hey, Rondell. Good to see you. Big hug. Yes. And Kevin, the healing medium, he says, Hogarth, beautiful reminder.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's all there. It's about shining that light in the dark. I'm always using film analogies, but indulge me for one more. Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Lord of the Rings. Frodo. Yeah, Frodo is there, and he's gonna have to go to the mountain of Mordor. Do you remember all of that stuff?
Oh yeah.
And there he is, and he's just.
You gotta take your wand out when you're talking about.
Oh yes. Where's the wand actually? Oh, no, here we are. You remember Mordor?
Love it.
There is a really important bit, and for me, this is almost the perfect analogy for the light worker. And they've gone through their adventures, and now they need to go up to the mountain to get the ring and try and destroy it. And Galadriel is sending him off. So, of course, Galadriel, the famous sorceress, and she gives him this little, I think it's a little blade or something like that, or it's a crystal of some kind. And she said words to this effect. I can't remember it. The films are quite old now, but she says, let this be a light for you in the time of greatest darkness. Do you remember that? Or words to that effect.
Yeah.
And know that you have this, no matter what is happening, you have this light, and it's the light of Endor, and it will kind of protect you, whatever. And there's a bit, remember, they're going through the caves and whatever, and everything is coming on them. And he pulls out this crystal, and it illuminates everything. Yeah. And for me, that is almost like the analogy of being a light worker, which is this work that we're doing here. People putting out, look how many people are starting up channels, doing spirituality, crystals, healing, getting involved in what needs to be done. People discussing things they've never discussed before. And in many ways, for me, it's like that analogy of, Galadriel giving everyone, we've got that light, and it has to be shone when it's at its darkest, which is when we need it right now. So
Yep.
shine your light. There you go.
Yeah.
I love that. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I love it.
My precious.
I mean, my God. So are we doing a quick pull for Paisley then? Is that
Yes,
what
we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's interested in next steps. Go ahead, EQ, if you're ready.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a general read. I can see where she's at. That's her tower moment.
The tower again.
moment. And then I got after that. This is more her present. So I've got the Ace of Cups. But what's interesting is I have two of everything in this picture. So I feel like there's choices that she has to make and bring things together. I know it's a lot of emotions. Just look at all of the waves. But there's prosperity coming for her. I feel like, and look at the light, very kind of like where my finger is, my fingernail. The light is shining through. So I feel like Paisley, just be a little bit more patient because you're making waves, positive waves. They're coming for you. And look what I got. I've got the Pentacle of Coins. So this is the Pentacles of what am I saying? Page of Pentacles. But what I want you to look at is look how beautiful this card is. There's the opportunity. Things are coming your way. You know, that talks about growth and fertility. So there's a new coming your way. Look at the child. So you've got some beauty coming, and there's this light shining behind her. Okay. And green is also healing. So there's healing coming for you as well. It's not going to be a large, it's going to be something that's coming in shorter versions of itself, but it's going to get larger and larger. And I say that because at the bottom of my deck, I just love it. When Hogarth was talking, look at the light. That's you. You see the person here. I feel like Paisley, that's you here. And this is the Hermit. This is all about you going within, and look at the light. You need to go to your guide. You need to go to those that you subscribe to, whether it's Jesus or Buddha, whomever, but they have messages for you. And look at that light that's shining. Okay. And then I pulled from another deck real quick, and then that's going to be it. So this is so funny when I see this card. So this is the Knight of Blades, which is like the Knight of Swords. That's her face. That's her like, oh my God, really? Else again. So this is almost like a tower moment. Things being cut away. But on the horizon, things are going to get better. I've got the 10 of Cups. Look at that. Look at the rainbows. Look at the happy time, happy family. So things are, and I got the Wheel of Fortune. Things are turning around for you. Things are going to get better for you. So you're on the right trajectory, but I just want you to remember this. Go within. Okay? So it's going to get better.
Nice.
All right. Shall I read my cards?
Yes, please.
All right. So what I've got, I think what's happened is that I've got cards that are basically describing how Paisley feels right now. So there's a bit of turmoil, inner tumult, and everything. I feel like everything is kind of being thrown at you right now, based on the cards. But of course, you know, with what we've just seen, this is more maybe the outcome after the storm. But my cards here. So look, I've got the Page of Wands reversed. Now the Page of Wands can be about students. It's quite a useful energy, but it's about speaking up, being the orator and stuff like that. But of course, if it's reversed, that can almost be a feeling, almost maybe of like maybe one's voice not being quite heard in the right way that you would like. Also, as well, the wands are about passion. They're about passion. They can also deal with emotion as well, about going forward. So there may be a sense of not being able to move forward in the way that you would like to at this particular moment. Then the next card I get here is the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords, when she's the right way up, can deal with, you know, legalities, a fair kind of judgment, being level-headed and stuff like that. But when it's reversed, it can show there's potentially a lot on the mind. There can be a lot of overthinking, but this can literally be maybe there is a toxic or potentially even spiteful person in Paisley's life that she's having to deal with, or difficult persons. It could be plural, yeah? Because the next card I get here is the Five of Wands. But do you notice they're all reversed? So again, this is battles and stuff like that. But this can be intense battles. This can be an internal struggle or fight, or maybe struggling with someone that is maybe being a bit harsh in some way or a bit unforgiving. Could this be maybe a female landlord or a female in that person's life? Doesn't always necessarily have to be. It can also be a male as well. And then look, the card I get is the Moon. The Moon reverse. So this is a lot. Seems to be a very tumultuous and emotional situation for Paisley right now. I think my cards have just picked up on the emotion of how she's feeling now, and I think your words, EQ, and I'm very curious about that EQ, because I'll just. It's obviously short for something, but or is it EK or EQ? But anyway,
EQ, Equandala.
Ah, I see. So, like with your cards, EQ, that I think is what comes after this storm. My cards seem to be just what she's kind of going through right now. So maybe that's not the most helpful, but I can only read.
I can add on what's next. I got the what's next.
Perfect.
All right. So Joji, oh, not Joji. I'm sorry, Paisley. I was just reading something from Joji. Purification's what's next. You gotta release. It's time for you to let go and releasing and cleansing. And how convenient. There's a full moon this Wednesday. It's a super moon. So then you could probably, a lot of that energy and stuff that you're feeling right now is the buildup, coming upon this moon here. So full moons are about cleansing, releasing, letting go what's not serving you. I honestly feel that this would be good for you if you don't already have like some type of full moon practice or something releasing. And it doesn't have to be something major ceremony. Simple of writing down what you want to release. Me personally, I like to burn stuff. So I like to set mine on fire, my intentions of things I want to release into the universe. Because I'm cleansing and letting go, I put it down into the garbage disposal. Okay. So or taking a purification bath. That's another thing. Adding some oils, allowing different things. You can Google how to cleanse. There's so many different ways you can do things. Saging. But this is what's going to start bringing more flow into your life.
Sage. Yeah.
So, flow and love for yourself. I feel that maybe you might have been a little too hard on yourself, letting go of that, bringing more love into the situation, trusting in yourself, trusting in your process, everything that you're going through. And that's going to help bring in more security as well. Security and pleasure. This is my pleasure card. But at the base of the deck is you need to embrace where you are right now. And you see how like it's dark, but the sun is coming out there. It's peeking out. It's coming. But you have to embrace where you are in this moment. A lot of times we resist, we fight. We don't want to feel like I have to do something about this. Sometimes it's just about letting go. I pulled a few cards here. Surrender so that you can be in that state of flow. And with the stork here, there's positive change coming. But you got to create yourself. What is the story that you want to write for yourself? A lot of people think that what we're dealt with in life is that's it. That's what we're given. But like the magician card, we have all these different tools. You get to create the story that you want. It's all based on how you want to feel, how you're going to move through life. We feel like, sometimes like, okay, well, not much I can do. Well, you can change by just adjusting the way you're thinking. So many blessings to you. I feel like this full moon is going to be good for you with being able to release some stuff.
Yeah, things will come to fruition. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
wow. We are almost at 2 hours. Didn't quite mean to go on this long, but this has been a lot of fun. Hogarth, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Yes, we really appreciate it. And we would like to do a part 2 because I think we've got a lot of other questions that we didn't get a chance to get to.
Oh, it would be a pleasure. Just give me a week or two so I can recover from the jet lag.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course.
I know it was really fun. Thank you so much for having me on as a guest, and I really enjoyed that as well. But particularly as well with the live readings, I do love a cold read because there's no judgment. Yeah, you just read the energy and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So no, it's been really enjoyable, and I'll be happy to return. A lot of fun. You've been wonderful hosts as well. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Again, all of Hogarth's information is in the description. Also, everyone, don't forget to subscribe to our own personal channels. EQ is Wisdom of the Blue Lotus, and my channel is my name, sonjaraynelee. So, all right. We will see you all later. Take care.
Great stuff. Thank you. Bye-bye.